Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing another topic that is city creation. City creation basically we are discussing another topic that is future creation. In future creation basically we are discussing another topic that is India account. In India account basically we are discussing another topic that is SBI account and Amazon account. And after 2 days basically the big earthquake is going to happen. One person told that yeah, power supply chain basically we are not able to get here. It's Canadian land. One of the person told that why basically that lava creation group basically selected Canada only. There might be some reason basically. Without reason basically nobody takes that land. Why they have taken Canada land? And America basically is taking data. America is basically getting power supply from. Assume that basically they are taking power supply from Italy. So why they have taken Italy land? Italy is taking power supply data from Europe. So why basically it has taken as a Europe land? These all are questions basically. And nobody and the group basically who selects that land basically they basically don't do right randomly basically they are not doing randomly, so everything is planned basically. So the Microsoft basically is getting the idea basically from that Canada land basically, so that is planned basically. So the people who created the Microsoft sand basically, that is the Microsoft lava data, if Microsoft basically can contact to them basically, so his task basically will become more fast. So whatever he is going to think basically, he will get advanced time basically. Why? Because whatever he is going to think na basically, that only basically is going to get the information that you are going to think this. So you can just imagine basically up to what level the process is going to be very fast basically. In this basically lots of burden basically will reduce from your, you will reduce lots of tension basically. Tension free life basically you can. But then also basically plan you have to do. But you will get the perfect time and you will get the perfect roadmap. And you are creating this. So it will be 100% that this is the correct only. But sometimes basically the product get creates, but it basically doesn't launch into the market. So Microsoft basically has done created basically many products which has never launched. If this idea will get implemented, then his product will be 100% going to launch. So I am telling you 35% product of Microsoft which has not launched into the market. Why? Some different basically idea basically they is connected with. But one of the person told that Microsoft basically is connected with Microsoft Sand. But there is no boundary drawn basically in your brain basically or in your body that this energy can't connect to your body. That's why basically the companies are created. Why basically the companies are created? Because they can do the perfect plan basically. What the task basically they are supposed to do now. They know in advance basically. They know basically in advance basically what task basically they are going to do. So one person told that yeah, that's very strange here basically. But we actually never thought up to this level. We never thought up to this level. So whatever is basically the Microsoft is going to think with that data basically he might be getting. So one of the person told that they basically are creating the product on the base of certain data basically, right? Microsoft equal to what basically? Microsoft blood cells, and Microsoft blood cells are physical data basically. Physical group basically exists somewhere basically. And on the base of that only basically they are getting the ideas. But here the main thing is that people basically who are connected with Microsoft now basically they are connected with set of land. That land is basically the Canada land. And that Canada land is basically the Microsoft energy. So you can just imagine up to what level stuff basically are connected. So Microsoft is basically not taking data from the land basically. He's taking data from human bodies? No, basically. He's not taking the data from Microsoft Energy. He's taking data from that Microsoft creation cities, which is created on the base of this Microsoft People Energy. And these Microsoft People Energy are connected with directly with Canada land. So here one question arises. One person told that the Canada land basically group basically will give power supply to that hundreds thousand cities, or basically it will give power supply to that people basically. That is also question. Because Canada land basically have to give that power supply to that thousand cities. But here the people basically who gets the data, energy basically, that is the power data, they are movable group basically. Movable means static basically they are not static. They basically keeps on moving. They are basically in this city, they are basically in this area, they are that area. So power supply basically keeps on changing. So there basically the Microsoft group basically can't control that people basically. So that time basically the people basically are getting from data from Microsoft also and data from other power supply also. That is other than Canada group. So it's very dangerous thing. Yeah. So project this everything basically is project management group. They have to do this. That is a Microsoft project management team basically. In this basically lots of money can be saved. I am telling you, if you are spending 1 lakh crore basically, then 25,000, 20 at least 20,000 crore will be saved basically in this. 20,000 crore is not a small amount. It's a huge amount. 20,000 crore. So it's a huge amount. Basically. So 80,000 will be the expense. Same way basically it's SAP also. SAP is also basically getting data from that land. But he's connected with set of people. That set of people basically are connected with that land power supply data, and it's connected with the other power supply data. Why? Because they are human basically. They can't connect with the static data. Basically. They are connected with the dynamic data. There is one variable in .NET basically, or basically in Java, in C++. It's a static basically. Static means it's not changeable basically. So here not changeable is that land basically. That land. So one person told that Microsoft basically is getting the data from that land. People basically are getting data from. So one person basically told that Microsoft is going to get cancer data when basically when his people basically will connect to cancer. So in advance basically the software industry gets the data that they are going to use this software. That time basically the cancer data will come basically. If the cancer treatment basically is done in advance, then basically the energy basically will be connected in emergency basis, and the data of the cancer will overwritten basically with the medicine data. So you can just imagine basically the power of doctors also basically. You can say. The people basically who are going to get cancer, then Microsoft Energy basically is going to get cancer whenever you are going to use that software. That time basically one person basically connected with this cancer basically. So when you are going to use that particular tool basically of the Microsoft software, that time basically your body is going to connect to cancer basically. So you can just imagine basically up to what level the softwares are connected basically. The power supplies are connected. We are just using the softwares, but it's connected with depthness basically. Microsoft is getting power supply from that thousand cities. Thousand cities is created by construction industry. They got from data from where? Canada land basically. Canada land basically group has given the power supply data. That this is the power supply data. On the base of that only the Microsoft is supposed to get the power. So you can just imagine the huge power given to the Canada basically. Because they are the base data basically they are creating. That is thousand cities. So thousand cities business basically is given by the Canada basically. So the thousand cities they are creating. So to create one city basically 80 90,000 crore is the expense. So they are connected with 90,000 crore multiplied by thousand. That much investment basically. So that's why Canada basically is the richest country basically also you can say. They are basically the richest country. Why? Because they have the power. They have the land power. They have the land power. So it's not a small stuff basically. Canada group basically has not got the small stuff. So it's a huge power basically. So one person told the where is the PHP power? Where is the Microsoft power? Where is the C++ power? Where is the Java power? Where is the COBOL power? Where is that binary software power? On the base of the Lava was created of Microsoft Energy, SAP Energy, PHP Energy, Java Energy, C++ Energy, C Energy. Where is that software? That is the binary software. On the base of this all software basically was created. And that basically might not be listed in front of the world. That basically everybody knows. Because you have never heard about this thing basically, which I am telling just now. Then only basically you will search na basically. The things basically which I am displaying that you never heard about this. If you will be listening by some videos, then only basically you are going to search. If you are basically I'm telling that this thing basically, then you are going to search what in Google basically. That is also the power supply of Microsoft that you are going to give. No, you are going to search this only, but you are going to get the data. No, that is not possible because data you are never going to get. Microsoft only pays the tax amount. They basically don't get the detail of tax that where basically their tax amount is getting used. Detail basically their data they are not getting it. Detailed data basically they are not getting. Detailed data basically they are not getting. So one of the person told that the power supply basically has converted into very dangerous stuff. That means the Canada land is basically given the power supply to that Microsoft land that is thousand cities. Only Canada land is giving the power supply. That is not possible. No? Only one power company basically can't handle the entire city. That is also thousand cities. That is not possible. So many power supply groups are basically giving the power supply. On the base of that, only the thousand city are stable. Stable means earthquake is not happening. Why basically? This is the reason. This is the reason. So you can just imagine basically up to what level the stuff basically happening. Up to what level the stuff basically happening. Then up to what level the earthquakes happen. This is actually the logic of earthquake. So power supply basically are getting to the city. Stable data basically is there. Power supplies. having perfect data basically. So due to that perfect data basically, and that data is created by Canada land, and Canada land basically is created by which group basically, that is the Lava group. So one person asked the question: if that group basically who have created the Microsoft Lava, Microsoft SAP Lava, C++ Lava, Java Lava, Lava means sand basically. So they are still connected with this Lava data, or basically they are directly now connected with that company. That is also question, basically, because they have to check everything basically. Because whatever idea basically they have dumped into that land, exactly that is getting created or not basically. So Microsoft told that basically, why don't we directly contact to that Lava creation group basically? That is also question, basically, because 35 percentage creation basically has been wasted basically. So it's a 20,000 crore amount basically, and 80,000 amount basically has constructed in proper manner. So SAP company is there, C++ is there, Microsoft is there, COBOL mainframe, Java technology, Oracle technology. So these all groups are connected with the power supply. And that land basically is connected with that lava company who actually created the land basically. And that land is created by some of the chemical group. And that chemical groups are connected with set of database. So one of the person told that is a kya hai kya? What is this all thing? We are actually not getting actually what is this all things are. So in next video basically we are going to discuss a little bit more about this power technology. What is how basically the Microsoft can save his money, save his time. That basically most of thing basically we have discussed. The major thing basically. Then also little bit we are going to discuss. And then basically the Microsoft group basically are getting power supply real from that Canada land. Canada land is created from that lava data. Lava land data basically is created by set of companies that are the chemical companies. Chemical companies are adding set of formulas, set of data. That data is converting to lava, and that power supply the Canada land is given to that, giving to that thousand cities. Thousand cities basically are getting power supply to the Microsoft Corporation software. In between, basically the Microsoft software basically who created the Microsoft software is created on the base of certain people basically. That people basically are getting power supply from that Canada land also and other data. So this everything basically we are going to discuss in little bit more detail basically in next video.